Hello, my name is Madison Burns, and I am currently a senior in biomedical science and enterprise, minoring in nonprofit leadership as well as educational psychology here at Georgia State University in Atlanta. So, today I'll be doing a mock interview for my signature experience, and I would like to begin. So, the first question, my answer is I chose my major because it has a focus in not only science but enterprise as well. Because I am interested in a career in dentistry, it will allow me to have some of the behind the scenes skills that I will be able to use while running my practice. I've always had a deep curiosity for how the human body works as well as serving others. I really enjoy doing community service work, so I felt as though biomedical science was a great mix of business, law, and science so that it'll help me in a more broad perspective in comparison to just doing solely biology or chemistry. Being able to get hands-on experience and research and internships in dental clinics has been extremely helpful, and that's why I was very grateful for the young lady who worked in the advising office who told me about the major because it was fairly new when I first got here. So when I found it, I honestly fell in love. And I would say the degree itself made me fall more in love with Georgia State solely because I just felt like the degree was made for me. I also really enjoyed learning about further, patient care and the importance of health education, as well as how systematic barriers impact access to healthcare, which we went over in biomedical ethics. So, a star experience that I had would be as a part of my signature experience course that I'm currently in. I was able to design a hands-on dental training program for aspiring dental students.
Going to tutoring?
So, in regards to one of my star experiences and how I was able to build those skills was one of the things I was really excited to do is design and lead a hands-on dental training program for aspiring dental students. As I've talked to dental professionals and admissions counselors, they've shared how a lot of students, when they get to dental school, they're not always as prepared in their hand skills area. And I thought that this was really important so that I could assist them with that. My goal was to increase students' confidence and proficiency with dental tools and basic science concepts in regards to biomedical science through interactive workshops. The action I took is I developed lesson plans covering dental anatomy, microbiology, and biomaterials, and provided guided instruction with real dental instruments through workshops. I also evaluated my students' progress through pre and post assessments. The result was that I saw a 40% improvement in confidence and understanding, and overall, the said experience confirmed that they're really actually interested in the field of dentistry because sometimes students they think, oh, that looks cool, but then when they get there, it's not always what they expected it to be. Through this, I was able to strengthen my communication, planning, and leadership skills, which is really key both to my education and healthcare careers. So to continue, um, another thing that I wanted to share was how I was able to build my proficiency and competency. So, one of the things I was really happy to do here at Georgia State was reignite the American Undergraduate Dental Association, which I served as president. And through this, I've been able to help members engage and clearly communicate opportunities like dental school prep events, community service, and mentorship, as well as the DAT, which is our dental admissions test. Additionally, I launched a monthly newsletter. I hosted question and answer panels with different dental schools across the country and dental students. And I personally reached out to new members to ensure that they had the tools and the resources that they needed. I also collaborated with other health organizations to co-host events that brought in a more diverse crowd because our dental community here at Georgia State is actually really large. As a result, our members grew from 30 to now we have over 200 students who are involved with our group and have been really helpful for them into getting into dental school. Um, as I just went over the leadership skills, I would say yes, I absolutely do have leadership skills. I've been able to lead three different organizations, and I actually started the Biomedical Science Student Alliance organization here on campus because our degree was fairly new. I felt that it was important for us to have a small community so we could know who each other were. And this has been really amazing. We've been able to attend different medical and dental conferences across the country, and we're working on going to the biomedical science one, but it's a little expensive. So we got to get the funds to do so. But this has allowed me to guide my team members, delegate responsibilities, and uplift others' ideas. At the same time, we've been able to help students with their research projects, volunteer initiatives, and assist them with getting clinical opportunities. Whether I'm leading or collaborating, I really like to focus on listening and to making sure everybody needs are met because everybody's different and you want to just make sure people feel as though they're being heard and listened to. Lastly, my problem solving skills, I would say as a young girl, I was very active in my mom's community service work. So I've been very hands on with what it looks like to solve problems. I would say during my dental training workshops, some of the students were struggling with the instrument handling. And it really was exciting for me to be able to assist them hands on and really get them to the point where they actually felt confident. It allowed them to quickly get an understanding of how to adapt to the curriculum because it's not so often you see dental work collaborated with biomedical science work. So it's something that's actually really important. And based on the studies that I found, it is one of the main foundations that you need to be successful in dental school. So that's why it was really important for me to incorporate the two. And I've learned to stay calm too, because sometimes when you're trying to teach different students, it could be a little challenging because everybody learns differently and you have to really make sure that you're curtailing the curriculum and how you're delivering the message per the student because like I said, everyone is different. So it's important to stay creative and that's one of the things my educational psychology degree has helped me with, especially when you're working with limited resources. So my last star situation is that as a student and somebody who is pursuing a career in dental school, I recognized that there was a gap in hands-on dental training. After talking to a few of my mentors, they said that some of their classmates were not as familiar with hands-on dental training once they got to dental school. So they kind of struggled a little bit their first couple, well, really like their first year. And it was really important for me to help students, especially from those from underrepresented backgrounds, because ultimately they're sometimes the ones who need it the most. So my goal was to design and implement a research-based project that was an interactive dental training workshop that would introduce students to basic dental instruments, anatomy, biomaterials, and microbiology, which is ultimately a nice mix of biomedical science. And it also, my goal was to measure its impact on their confidence and understanding because that is one of the main things you'll need to be successful in this career. What I ultimately ended up doing was I created a structured curriculum that combined brief lectures with hands-on practice. I taught participants how to identify and use essential dental tools and led guided activities and basic dental anatomy and biomaterials to assess learning outcomes. I also developed pre and post workshops, surveys just to measure the students' knowledge and their gains, as well as their self-confidence in dental skills and biomedical science. And lastly, I also collected qualitative feedback to understand student engagement and the effectiveness of the workshop because ultimately you want to know the impact that you've made on the students. And finally, I was able to create a workshop that improved participants' knowledge scores by an average of 40% and significantly increased their report confidence in using dental instruments. Positive feedback and data collected supported my hypothesis that interactive tool-based learning enhances understanding as well as boosting motivation in STEM fields. These results are now informing my ongoing research and future workshop models that I plan to continue over the summer up until I pursue dental school. So thank you again, and I really enjoyed sharing this time with you, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.